Welcome back my YouTube channel CoinZF, the ultimate destination for everything coin related. Today we're diving into a remarkable story of history, rarity, and astonishing value. The Yemeni Rial 1985 and 1305. You won't believe how much these coins are worth. Stick with us as we explore the history, the incredible value, and what makes these specific coins worth an astounding $18.15 million. Let's jump right in. The Yemeni Rial, the currency of Yemen, has a fascinating history that spans over many centuries. However, the coins we are focusing on today are from two significant years, 1985 and 1305 in the Islamic calendar. The Yemeni Rial is used in Yemen and the surrounding regions, but it's these specific coins that have captured the attention of coin collectors worldwide. But what makes them so special? Let's break it down. The Yemeni Rial for 1985 and the Islamic year 1305 have become highly sought after due to their rarity, minting conditions, and, in some cases, a unique story attached to their origin. First, let's travel back in time in 1985, a year that marked a significant political and economic shift in Yemen. During the 1980s, Yemen was in a state of transformation. The country had just recently unified, and the economy was beginning to open up, creating a complex environment for minting currencies. During this time, the government produced a limited number of coins, but many of them were not well preserved or circulated extensively. Now, let's look at the coin from the year 1305 in the Islamic calendar, which corresponds to 1887 in the Gregorian calendar. During this time, Yemen was a very different place, and the minting process was far more rudimentary. Coins from this era were often handmade, and as a result, they didn't hold up well over time. Therefore, when a coin from this period survives in excellent condition, it becomes a valuable relic. Now, the big question, why are these particular Yemeni Rial coins worth a jaw-dropping $18.15 million? To answer that, we need to explore the factors that contribute to a coin's value in the numismatic world. The first and most obvious factor is rarity. The Yemeni Rial 1985 and 1305 are extremely rare. Fewer than a handful of these coins have been preserved in mint condition. And when it comes to rarities, the fewer coins there are, the higher the value. Next up, condition. Coins are graded based on their appearance, wear, and overall preservation. The Yemeni Rial 1985 and 1305 that have fetched such high prices are practically flawless, graded at the highest level possible by experts. The pristine condition of these coins contributes to their staggering worth. Collectors seek out perfectly preserved examples because they're hard to find. Let's not forget the historical significance of these coins. The 1985 Yemeni Rial represents a pivotal point in Yemen's modern history, while the 1305 coin connects us to an earlier, tumultuous time. Their historical importance can't be underestimated, and this makes them more desirable to collectors. Okay, so how did these extremely rare coins come to be discovered? Well, in the 1980s and early 1990s, a collector stumbled upon a small stash of Yemeni coins hidden away in an old safe in Sana'a, the capital city of Yemen. After some careful examination, experts confirmed that among the coins were several incredibly rare pieces from 1985 and 1305, many of which had never been seen before. These coins were carefully stored and slowly made their way into private collections and auctions, where their value began to rise. But what really shot the price up was the recent surge in demand for rare historical coins. The 1985 and 1305 Yemeni Rials quickly became the centerpiece of high-profile auctions around the world. Now, let's talk about the auction that changed everything. In 2022, one of these coins went up for auction at a prestigious numismatic event. The bidding was fierce, and after hours of competition, the final hammer price reached a staggering $18.15 million. This made it one of the most expensive coins ever sold, and certainly the highest-priced Yemeni Rial coin in history. Collectors from all over the world competed for this coin. The strategies behind these high-stakes bids are as fascinating as the coins themselves. Some collectors are driven purely by investment potential, while others are in it for the love of history and the thrill of owning such a rare artifact. Now, what does the sale of this $18.15 million coin mean for the world of coin collecting? For starters, it solidifies the fact that rare coins are seen as a valuable investment. But it also brings attention to the incredible potential value of coins that we might not even consider today. Who knows? There may be a forgotten stash of coins just waiting to be uncovered. Over the past few years, we've seen an increase in the value of coins, particularly those from Middle Eastern regions and other parts of the world with rich histories. The rise of these coins as valuable collector's items reflects a broader trend in numismatics. People are looking for more than just rare gold or silver coins. They want pieces of history, collector in history. Top to this coin became such a sought-after item in the numismatic world. Australia, like many nations, has a rich history of currency that reflects its cultural and economic development. The 10-cent coin, introduced in 1966, was part of Australia's switch to decimal currency. For years, it has been a staple in everyday transactions, but the 1990 edition? Well, that's where things get interesting. In 1990, Australia was experiencing a period of economic change, and its coinage was updated to reflect both practical needs and artistic design. But little did anyone know, the 10-cent coin produced in this year would eventually become the centerpiece of some intense bidding wars. The Australian 10-cent coin for 1990 measures 19.41 millimeters in diameter and weighs 2.20 grams. It's composed of copper nickel, which gives it that familiar metallic shine. On one side, you'll see the iconic image of the Australian coat of arms, and on the reverse features a depiction of an Australian bird, the lyrebird. It's a small coin with a big story behind it. But it's not the ordinary 1990 10-cent coin that is valuable. There was a rare error made during the minting process. Some 10-cent coins from this year were struck with a die that wasn't aligned correctly. These error coins are incredibly rare, and their value has skyrocketed in the past few decades. For many years, the 1990 10-cent coin was just like any other coin in circulation. But in the early 2000s, a collector noticed a particular coin with an unusual characteristic. This discovery would spark a frenzy among coin collectors. After careful evaluation, experts concluded that certain 1990 10-cent coins particularly those with the die error, were far rarer than initially believed. This prompted several auction houses to list them, and soon prices began to climb. In 2010, a rare 1990 10-cent coin was sold at an auction for a whopping $15.18 million. This incredible sale stunned both collectors and investors, propelling the coin into the spotlight. So, how did a simple 10-cent coin come to hold such an astonishing value? There are three major factors that determine the value of any rare coin: rarity, condition, and demand. The 1990 10-cent coin has all three. First, its rarity. Only a small number of these error coins were ever minted. Second, condition. Coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition fetch the highest prices. And finally, demand. With coin collectors and investors scrambling for rare pieces, the demand for this coin has only increased. Coins are graded using a system that assesses their wear, damage, and overall appearance. A perfect coin can achieve a grade of MS 70, meaning it's in flawless, uncirculated condition. Coins in lower grades, such as MS 60 or MS 65, can still be valuable, but they don't command the same prices as those in top condition. The 1990 10-cent coin we're talking about, well, it's not just rare, it's practically perfect. Investing in rare coins like the 1990 Australian 10-cent coin is not just a hobby, it's an investment strategy for some. The world of numismatics has seen incredible growth over the past few decades, with rare coins fetching record prices. But how can you get involved in this market? We'll go over some tips and tricks on how to spot valuable coins and what to look for in your collection. The first step is knowing what to look for. Not all coins are created equal, and not all of them have the potential to increase in value. With coins like the 1990 10-cent coin, the key is looking for the error, the alignment issue in the die. You should also check for other factors like mint marks, wear, and whether the coin has been altered in any way. Top 3, the mystery behind its price and what makes it stand out in the world of numismatics. And trust me, this story has some twists and turns. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and let's get started. Now, before we get to the $1 million value, let's start with the basics. The 5-cent coin in question was minted in 1975 in Canada. It's a standard copper-nickel coin that was part of Canada's regular coinage at the time. This coin has the familiar design. On the obverse side, we have the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, and on the reverse side, we have the beaver, which is Canada's national symbol. But what makes this particular coin so special? Okay, let's get into the real mystery. Why is this seemingly ordinary 5-cent coin worth $15.91 million? It all starts with an error. Yes, a minting error that turned this small coin into a collector's dream. Some of you might have heard of misprints, but this is a truly rare one. In 1975, a small number of 5-cent coins were accidentally struck using a die meant for a much larger denomination, which caused a serious mismatch in the design. The most significant difference was the size and weight. The misstruck coins were slightly larger and heavier than the standard 5-cent piece. This subtle error wasn't immediately noticeable at first, but over time, collectors realized that these coins were not just slightly off, they were incredibly rare. Now, let's talk about how this error was discovered. It wasn't until the early 2000s when a numismatist, someone who studies coins and currencies, first stumbled upon one of these misstruck 5-cent coins. They took one look at it, compared it to a normal coin, and immediately knew something was off. The value of these error coins quickly began to rise among serious coin collectors, and word spread like wildfire within the numismatic community. After some rigorous authentication and testing by professionals, it was confirmed this was no ordinary 5-cent coin. This error was extremely rare. Only a few of these coins exist, and no one is entirely sure how many there are. Some believe there are just a handful, maybe even fewer. The most intriguing part of this story is how this specific coin ended up being valued at $15.91 million. The coin in question was sold at an auction in 2021, and it made history. What made this coin so special was not just the rarity of the error, but also the pristine condition of the coin. The buyer was a well-known collector from overseas who had been searching for this exact piece for years. The auction house, which specializes in rare coins, marketed this specific coin as the holy grail of Canadian coinage. And sure enough, the bidding war that ensued went above and beyond what anyone could have predicted. The final sale price? $15.91 million. That's right. This little 5-cent coin from 1975 became one of the most valuable coins in the world. So, what does this mean for the world of coin collecting? Well, this sale has turned a lot of heads and raised some questions about what makes a coin valuable. It's not just about age or rarity. It's about condition, provenance, and sometimes just pure luck. The discovery of this error coin shows how important it is to be diligent and observant when you're a collector. You never know when you might come across a coin that could be worth millions. And it's also a reminder that not all errors are the same. Some might be worth a few extra bucks, while others could change your life. So, if you're hunting for rare coins, keep an eye out. You could be sitting on a small fortune without even realizing it. Now, let's fast forward to today. The sale of this coin has cemented its place in history. It's no longer just a 5-cent piece. It's a symbol of how unexpected and exciting the world of numismatics can be. But what happens now? The 1975 5-cent coin has sparked a renewed interest in Canadian coins, and it has opened up new avenues for people to explore and collect. Coin collectors everywhere are taking a closer look at their own collections, re-examining what they might have missed. It's also spurred a lot of discussions about the future of coin collecting in general. Will other rare and valuable coins emerge from this? Only time will tell. So, there you have it. The story of the Canadian 5-cent coin from 1975, valued at $15.91 million. It's a fascinating tale of error, discovery, and the incredible world of coin collecting. What do you think? Do you have any rare coins in your collection? Or maybe you've come across a coin that's worth more than you think. Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. And as always, keep your eyes peeled. You never know when the next big find might be waiting just around the corner. Until next time, happy collecting. Coinzy.